Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for today, May the 25th. That's a date with, well, I guess 2 5s and 2 2s. There's numbers. Yay. Alright, so stage 1, pretty straightforward. Go right in. Obviously, if your tanks are low level and you need to kind of work through those defenses, throw shock bombs down on the sniper tower combo, sniper tower cannon combo, I guess, and you'll be able to take it out, get up to roughly where those buildings were, and you'll be able to shoot at things without being attacked, and you will get loot. Everybody wins. Hooray! Moving on to stage 2. Excuse me, a bit of a hiccup there. Oh, nice. Alright. So, good start to the day. We're starting off with a crystal on stage 1. That's a non-guaranteed crystal, which is fantastic. Stage 2 has a ridiculous amount of free gunboat energy just sitting there in boxes and puddles of goo. Literally, it is sitting there. It's like little orange discs with lightning pictures on it, and it's just sitting there in a box with a whole bunch of, like, packing peanuts sitting around it, because I'd imagine the GBE discs are relatively delicate. They're pretty fancy. Anyways, basically send your troops up kind of right through the middle. Obviously, you don't have to throw critters. I just kind of did it to be a dink because there were so many boxes. I was like, hey, this will be fun. But the big thing is just avoid going towards the boom cannon on the left-hand side there. And once you get up into basically where I just flared, there is a sniper tower in front of the HQ, but it's really low level. It shouldn't do too much damage. There is a slightly higher leveled sniper tower kind of, I don't know, north of the HQ. Throw some GBE at that if you'd like, if you're afraid that it's going to hurt your tanks. Or just send your tanks straight in there, let them blow it up, and then flare onto the HQ from there, and you should be good to go. And, oh, I thought that was almost a second crystal, but no, it's 2 shards. Still awesome. I'll totally take it. Alright, stage 3. Another awesome level. Very kind. Basically land in the far right. I put myself pretty much I tried to get inside the little protective area of the rocket launcher, but honestly, not necessary. It's not a big deal. The important thing is that you're close to that sniper tower so that your tanks can move in and take out the sniper tower, as that is really the only scary defense that this level has to offer. There's obviously a boom cannon down there on the left, but who cares? Come on. You don't need to worry about that. So once you're in roughly this area, you can clear out the defenses, set up shop pretty much between the 2 blue statues, and from there you should be able to take out the HQ with just minor pestering from the 1 rocket launcher. That's a ridiculously low level and shouldn't really do that much damage, and if it does, hopefully you've got tanks and you will have no problem, keeping your tank standing with your medics. Moving on to stage 4, where things start to get interesting. Now, stage 4, there are a buttload of boom cannons and shock launchers all over the left-hand side. There's also a couple that are really close to the HQ. So, they have around 7,000, 8,000 hit points each. Obviously, I took the one out that's touching the HQ, and then there's also another one up here with some low-level defenses around it. If you can, use your artillery on the one at the back, use your barrage at the one at the front, because when you use your barrage on the one at the front, you can kind of spread the love around and do some damage to the existing defenses. Now, by all means, if you don't have the GBE to take both down before you land your tanks, take out the one obviously closest to the beach, and then you will build up some GBE as you take out these easy to kill defenses. Hopefully you won't need to, throw any stuns or heals or anything, because it's like some machine guns, some flamethrowers that can't even get range on you, and a freaking mortar that's fairly low level. So hopefully it's doable. Now, there is a sniper tower sort of to the, I guess, west of the HQ. That little bugger can be a pain in the butt, so keep your eye on it. Depending on the level of your tanks, it may do more or less damage to your ladies, I guess, depending. But if you flare just right, you can actually outrange the sniper tower. So you want to be down in that bottom right hand corner, and I'm pretty sure it still has range on me, so I re-flare just enough to like move back just a smidge, and as long as you move back just that smidge, you're good to go. And the boom cannon obviously can't get you either. Now here's the thing, if you've got a whole bunch of tanks and you can't get them all out of range of that sniper tower, that's okay. Hopefully your medics are going to sit back there and they're going to counteract the damage that that sniper tower is doing and keep your tanks up. Worst case scenario, you may lose a tank or two, you know, if you're kind of pushing the envelope with level 4. And you know what? It's a small price to pay for crystals, loot, and the gratification of taking down another one of Dr. T's bases, because I've said it before and I'll say it again, Dr. T is a prick. I hear he does makeup testing on animals. I'm just throwing it out there, guys. Makeup testing on animals. I know. Baboons with lipstick. Who knew? Alright, boom cannon closest to the beach obviously needs to get blowed up. Watch out for the boom cannon on the right hand. You can kind of see it in the top right hand corner there. You don't want to get near that. And then more GBE down on these two friggin' shock launchers as your ladies kind of clear up through the machine guns and flamethrowers, the easy defenses really. And the big thing is just don't let anything drift over to the right where it's gonna run into that boom cannon and things are gonna go bad. So if you're kind of bombing those shock launchers as you move up through the base, just kind of go back and forth, you know, like launch a salvo up at that rocket launcher, or shock launcher, sorry, kind of like I'm doing here, and then scroll back, make sure everything's cool down here, and kind of just bounce back and forth. Now, I started kind of using critters because I force a habit, partially. If you don't have critters, by all means, I guess you could probably start throwing some shocks earlier. This cannon actually started doing some serious work. And then there's this sniper tower cannon cluster up here that definitely does some damage to my troops. And this is where I start throwing the stuns. If you don't have the critters, hopefully you can throw the stuns earlier. And kind of balance things out. And then also in this kind of little area, I started realizing how low some of my tanks were getting, and I basically just didn't want to have to pay the diamonds to bring them back to life, if you would. So I started throwing medkits, but if you don't have the energy for medkits, like obviously you might lose some tanks, but hopefully... Dang it, I'm still in range of the shock launcher. Yeah, just go a little to the left. Just a little, guys. There we go. Hopefully that's out of range of the shock launcher. But the point is, like, I started throwing the medkits just to keep things up, just to prevent having to replenish my troops. But if you can't, you're pushing the envelope with stage 5, you're kind of making, you're pushing your boundaries. Just accept that you may have to lose some tanks before, you crack eggs before you make omelets, something like that. Oh, geez. I'm sorry, I messed up that edit. Alright, so stage 6, really, stage 6 is pretty nice. You need some GBE to be able to take out the shock launcher there. And then I'm going right up the middle, or I guess to the left side of the HQ. Things to watch out for: boom cannon on the left-hand side, this boom cannon, which you're obviously going to blow up. I did let my tanks kind of take out some of these easy, really low-level defenses here while I was blowing up the boom cannon, but I believe there's a shock launcher on the right-hand side. I got it. Hold on. It's the one that makes an L. Alright. Whew. So, throwing a little GBE on all the things that can hurt me up there, making it a more suitable climate for my invasion, and then throwing a barrage down on the massive field of boom mines, because boom mines could do bad things to our sweet tanks. And our sweet tanks have never hurt anybody, except for, I guess, all of the people manning the defensive structures of Dr. T's buildings. But you know what? I hear they're pricks too. They kiss the baboons that wear lipstick. I don't know why I'm picking on the poor baboons. Baboons never did anything to me. Alright, so clearing up through these defenses, eventually we get to a pretty good place, and I kind of flare everything over to the left because I want to get them out of range of all those sniper towers on the right-hand side. And then I throw down a little bit of healing and some shocks just to make sure the sniper tower isn't doing anything stupid, and then just basically let the tanks melt that HQ away. Fortunately, it doesn't have a lot of hit points, so it goes fairly smoothly. And unfortunately, I did lose one medic during the attack, and I don't even know where I lost him. I did, however, get another crystal, which is fantastic, because I love crystals. I love crystals, isn't that weird? Sorry, Austin Powers on the weekend. I don't even know why I did it to myself. Alright, so throwing some smokes down in this Stage 7, because I'm not gonna lie to you, Stage 7 today is amazeballs easy. If you normally don't do 7, if you normally got 6, this is another one of those level 7s that just might be doable for you. And basically, I smoked over to avoid the boom cannon and the shock launcher. There's a little cluster of defenses. Hopefully you can hold out when you get over there. Now, by all means, if your troops are a little lower level, throw some medkits over onto them, and it should help them kind of keep standing. And then flare over to the right-hand side, where basically I flared there, and then you can throw a stun down and get the 3 sniper towers, the mortars and the shock launchers, everything all at once. Just not where I placed my shock, because clearly I have the aim of a retarded baboon. I don't know. So, flaring up on the right-hand side again, staying away from those cannons, because that cannon actually just wiped out one of my tanks in I think like 2 shots. And for this grievous mistake, I'm gonna blow the crap out of it, because I've got all this extra GBE, so I figure why not, right? And then, I realized there's more cannons up at the top, more GBE, more blowing up of cannons, more win. And basically, once those cannons are blown up, you have a free reign of shooting at the HQ with nothing scary hitting your troops, and you can enjoy the loot once you enjoy the ride on cruise control. Anyways, hopefully this helps you guys out. Thank you very much for watching, and you know, hopefully get that first Stage 7 in there. I know it's an awesome feeling, and have a great day.